Hello and welcome to Weir of Adynn's Epilogue chapter. We are going to be seeing what's happened to our heroes since the end of their campaign. Would anyone like to give us a bit of a rundown of where we left off? You're not going to get inspiration for this. This is just going to be a bit of a check-in of where you guys were last left when we finished up last session.
Can we do a thing with just say everything together?
Yeah, we just from it.
All in unison, like a hive mind.
It's what but calm over this past few years. Oh
It all began on a dark and dreary
basically,
night.
right? Like fucking, we were in a big fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was big fucking scary. Faustus was there, Vita. Who else was there? It was all of us, isn't it?
Who else?
Who else was there? Yeah.
Man's sword was there, ain't it?
Yeah, sword, there was big earth elemental gorilla. Managed to hit Vito with a fucking Sousa plant. That was great.
Yeah,
We just couldn't
that was
use
very
magic
good.
for 3 rounds.
That
Just
fucked
go.
me. That fucked me. At least
yeah.
I like to be wined and dined after I've been fucked.
We were in a big boss fight, basically.
Mm.
And it got very, very intense. A few of us were downed. Heliodor at one point.
As per usual.
A 1 on a death save.
Oh, what a... So close.
We were trying to close the door to the Astral Sea. Yeah, which we...
At one point, some big black fingers came through it.
Oh yeah, that was scary.
Kind of
That was
creepy and
really
terrifying.
scary.
Keep your goddamn mouth shut.
J.Sarah got banished to the Astral Sea with Vita for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. And you got the last hit on
I got the
Faustus.
last
Yes, you
hit.
did.
You took
Yes,
Faustus
you
down.
shattered the
Yeah.
back of Faustus's skull.
Yeah,
that
he
was...
was dead on the floor and then
Oh.
Krieg spat on him.
It was beautiful.
And the one thing I was proud of was I got to finish it with a moonbeam. I
Yes,
gotta
you
admit,
did.
that
Yeah.
was...
Cast Moonbeam.
I cast moonbeam. That has been a big thing throughout this, throughout these past few years. It's I cast moonbeam.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't care how many civilians there are. I cast fireball. It's I cast moonbeam in my house.
I don't care who's
Moonbeam.
standing
Face
right
Moonbeam.
over there who's in my party. I cast Moonbeam.
Moonbeam.
I don't care what Heliodor is doing.
Specifically.
Sadly, we did lose Thumb.
We did lose
Was
Thumb.
lost.
Thumb went through and as their angel and sacrificed themselves. After managing to get that door closed, however, we've been having to deal with a lot of fallout and a lot of shit. The Citadel, everything was falling apart. Karik became the manager of a bunch of civilians who had no idea where the fuck they were. We managed to get back to the top, and Heliod used Nature's Reclamation, which was controlling the whole army of trees, and managed to rescue everyone, including Estela's uncle, which means we've successfully found both Estela's parents and their uncle.
And I kept my cool the entire
Yeah,
time.
they were
Yeah,
so
really
good about
cool
it.
Yeah.
They were
the whole
really
time.
The
calm.
whole time.
And so was I.
I definitely did not cry for an hour after the
Yeah,
session.
Heliodor used the last piece of Vita's soul that we managed to capture from a phylactery, and release Eliwood from the Iron Flask. I know it's a sort of a weird recap because it's kind of the last one.
I mean, I feel like this episode is the final recap. So,
But basically, we saved the world.
You did.
yeah.
We did,
Began the third
and now we
age.
have to start everything else.
Yeah.
The rest of your lives.
Wow.
Some will be much longer than others.
Don't
I have a life.
You have Swift cover.
You've basically lived an entire life in the past few teenage years. You had no time to do the edgy teenager phase.
I've lived a life of war. I'm sorry.
Child soldier. Child soldier Stella.
Yeah.
Salute our soldiers and children soldiers in this house.
Yeah.
You can't spell infantry without
Infant.
So,
Let's just not salute like Elon Musk.
Whoa.
oh my god. We are going to start our epilogue with 5 days.
Oh
We
my
have
god.
5 days.
Hey guys.
We spent the last day helping out with what has been left behind of the war that has been taking place while you have been in the Underdark. Ada has fought valiantly. The people that you had left on the surface, in the Sicellum, wherever in the world they were scattered, they have done everything in their power to hold down the fort while you were taking the fight to the door. And they did well. They held well. They tried to help as many people as they could. They spread out as far as they could. You gave them the facilities they needed. The people, the weapons, the armor, the supplies, the aid to help support people caught in the war that were never meant to be caught in it. And there is a couple of sort of almost administrative things that you have to sort of keep tabs on when you're watching the refugees being taken by the mages from the Underdark, and 𝘞𝘰𝘮 meeting back up with you after that time. But you don't really have long to get to the city of Violet Gold. And as much as you wish there was more time to settle and take a breather, it just doesn't stop. You have places to be because time's definitely not slowing down, specifically for you, Theodore. We step forward a few days to the mountaintop of the 𝘏𝘪𝘧𝘐 summit. There is a large, round, almost opening in the top of the mountain, in which the tithing bowl that is paid into once a year by the people of the city of the Violet Gold to offer to the cloud giants that protect the 𝘏𝘪𝘧𝘐 summit, sort of floats up through. There is a celebration starting. People have hung up all sorts of different flowers and gems and lights, lanterns. It is late in the day, probably for the sake of your husband, to be. But it makes it no less of a joyous occasion. People have gathered in seats nearby. It's a little chilly up here, but it doesn't seem like many people mind. Familiar faces. You're seeing Palos dressed in a pretty, very, very flowery pink dress, with flowers all around her horns, and she's come in good company. 𝘏𝘪𝘧𝘐, what are you wearing?
Oh god.
I didn't think of this.
You knew my wedding was coming. Where did you pick anything?
You didn't get dressed.
I think she's gone for like, ooh, shit, I should have thought of this. I think, fucking hell. Well, Heliodor's kind of like gold vibes, is it?
Gold. Yeah, gold, black.
ambers, kind of colours.
Yeah.
I think she's come in like sort of a dress that like she's like referencing the fucking moonbeam shit for like sorry moonbeam due. So it's got like a big sort of streak starting from the top coming down of like gold and white, well not white because that's weddings, a gold, different sort of shades of gold coming down and like a straps coming off the sides. How fucking tall is she at this point?
You are petering 6 feet.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Fucking hell.
She has shot up in the last few days.
Like a fucking bean sprout.
And 𝘏𝘪𝘧𝘐, your hair is white
Oh
entirely. Your skin is blue,
my God.
and your eyes are bright orange.
It's been, yeah. It's like it has a circlet on and everything, like chains, sort of like from the hands going up and everything. Trying to go for like the elegant vibe, but also is like I'm like 6 foot tall now, I'm a fucking giant, and also trying to match an outfit to blue, orange, and white. Painful. This has been a horrible experience for me.
Thank you for
But
putting
also,
the effort in.
yeah, but the gold is kind of like a reference to the guardian armor, which she's put away safely somewhere.
Palos has her arm linked with you, and she has guided you down to one of the seats near the front that have been reserved for family and friends. And the two of you are now sat down together. Chorus is here.
Hey.
Oh! New arm?
Chorus has a new arm.
Hey!
Is it metal?
It is metal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Some of the best crafters in the Asus Ridge have made it for him at your behest. He has not really spoken much
I don't blame
since
him.
leaving the Underdark. He's gotten a lot more into speaking in palms.
Hell yeah.
And so he
Yeah.
has come in good company. Stella, what are you wearing?
Oh boy. Estella has their hair kind of tied back, but the rest of it is let down. Still have all these pretty gold gold jewels, clamps in them, but they have chains linked to each other, and they just dangle around their ears, and it just makes it look extra pretty. They're wearing a mixture of red, greens, and like a creamy white. It kind of looks like a suit where it kind of links in. It kind of looks like the first thing that they wore, but it kind of goes down into a dress. And there's lots of flower patterns all across the creamy white parts of the dress. There's bits of gold in it that shimmer in the light. And it looks very, very traditional. They wanted to wear something very special for Ħilidur's special day. They did a little nice thing with their face, like a face paint, but they look extra clean and
Before the shower.
yeah, they took a shower.
They showered and shaved. Poor thing. They've had to have been taught how to shave, bless them.
Ħilidur.
Ħilidur's
And they still have this marking across their forehead, kind of referencing that they are bringing a breeze to bless you on this day.
On your left is a quiet chorus dressed in almost like a brown suit. It's very clearly something that is more worn.
Librarian.
Sorry?
Librarian.
Like a tweed almost, like that sort of thing. For the first time, he's not wearing white. He's avoiding wearing white, especially to your wedding.
Thank you.
So, not that you've only ever really seen him in either in his lab coat when he's been in Arda, or in the suit that he wears when he attends the city at Syl's behest, the White Wolf's behest. This time he's his arm is almost entirely made of gold, with this kind of brass overlay, and there's sort of some green tinted into the fingers and whatnot. It's very beautifully made, more steam powered now than anything, which is a strange change of pace for him. And then on your right, Estella, is a fully clad in silver plate moss.
Hell yeah.
It's not quite silver, they can't wear silver,
No.
but it is steel, yes, with the bright blue shoulder cape of the Whisperfields on one shoulder. They are in their full armour, fully kind of dolled up, and they've polished that armour to a T as much as they can. Their hair is still a mess. It's moss. Moss has never been able to do very much with their hair.
There's bits of moss in there too.
But you have taken a seat again near the front. You see Dracera and Palos waves at you as you sit down. Karee, you have come here with after having made a bit of a detour. You had to go back to a few different places prior to coming here, so you haven't met up with them just yet. And with you as you arrive is Mirrors, who is dressed about the same way that he always has dressed, which isn't the cleanest. He's done his best, but again, Mirrors isn't, without his dom hand, he struggles a bit more with getting himself dolled up for occasions like this. wearing kind of usual browns and greys that he's used to. But how do you look today?
As Craig walks up, it's he's kind of how he normally dresses. He's very utilitarian in the way he dresses, but you can tell straight away he is taken. It looks like he might have just been tempted to wear what he'd normally wear, but in mentioning to possibly some people he's going to a wedding, he looks like he might have been very well versed by these people of a what you're supposed to wear to a wedding. But at the same time, considering where he's been, he's probably not had the right time to collect up. He's not a very fashion sense person. So as he comes up as like kind of everyone was before, everything was just wrecked that everyone was wearing, and he's coming up and he's got a set of quite heavy duty black trousers on, like fit baggy, but you can tell they look like they've been pressed, like in some way, to put like the seam down the side and everything. Funny enough, he's wearing a set of boots.
Ooh. Wow.
Which some people consider
Tiny wee boots for his teeny tiny feet.
funny enough, they look a little bit similar to something akin to a combat boot, rather than something smart.
It's a very ring fashion.
It's got a single tread on it.
Single tread.
Single
His toes are so teeny weeny feet.
And you can kind of see already that there's a couple scuff marks on his trousers. Like he's had to do a bit of travelling to get here.
I'd expect no less.
Round the waist, he's got probably quite a thick brown leather belt with not a massive brass buckle on the front, but
Decent size.
Yeah, decent size. This one with the symbol of the Terminus Monstrum on it.
Yay!
And for a top, he's wearing quite a simple greyish brown shirt with over the top on one side kind of a bit of a leather mantle on one side, kind of in a scale pattern over the left shoulder. He's always kind of worn a bit of a cloak. And this one is much nicer made than the one he had beforehand. And that too is very similarly a black finish to it with a small brown lining of fur around the bottom. And he does look like he might have just got off of work as he arrives. He's made sure it's like, I've not got the bow, I've not got the quiver, I'm the gun.
You've only just been fitted with this uniform. You've only been away for a couple of days.
Yeah, he's been working. But you can see in his face, even just since the last time you see each other, it looks like you might have already aged a year or two since you last seen him.
We can make some face cream.
I don't think that works on Crichton. There's not wrinkles. It just looks aged.
I'm guessing you have a good few white hairs.
You do have a few.
He had quite a few to
You
start
had a
with.
few because of the acid.
Because still over the left side of his face, his eyes are... On the right side, they were originally all like the black shine finish. On the left side, you can see that the actual, like, the thin carapace that would be over the top of the eye is oranging a little bit. With this kiting around it is quite pale and greyed. Like, round back to where you'd consider his ear to be. Missing a little bit of the hair on that side. Pulled back.
Nice.
As you take a seat, obviously you see the others. Again, Palos waves at you. Of course she does. She's very cheery. Moss also waves at you. Chorus gives you a very awkward.
I would expect nothing less.
Stood at the front under a series of stone archways that are beautifully carved and engraved, almost as if specifically for this occasion, is the... Well, you'd say she had red hair. She's got maybe like one or two left. Not many. The grey, thick dreads and fully gold-plated armor of 𝘏𝘲𝘬𝘬𝘬, the matriarch of the city of Violet Gold. Of course, holding a small kind of leather book, and seemingly quite hurriedly reading through it over and over and over and over again, as she's trying to remember the lines she's supposed to be doing for your officiation. And as people start to kind of quieten down, not bismuth. That's bismuth is kind of setting herself up. Heliodor. What do the rest of them see from this point onwards?
From this point onwards.
From this point onwards.
So, what the party sees is Heliodor. His hair pulled back into a very beautiful kind of like twisted braid that kind of is turned in a bun and then trails down, fitted with gold cuffs and these yellow Heliodor gems, mixed in with feldspar as well, just in the back, and it's this beautiful kind of glittery bun. Obviously, his nice little bald patch on the top shining beautifully,
as has been polished.
The beard as well, beautifully kept, and new kind of plaited braids in, but the braids are kind of this. There's the beard underneath, and then a kind of a net weave has been made of smaller braids across to kind of drape down into that golden cuff. It's quite stunning work. It probably took somebody a long time to do, though. The clothes Heliodor is wearing it's an all white suit, but it is trimmed in gold. There is kind of these golden pauldrons. I think they're pauldrons. On the shoulders that come into these gentle peaks and kind of accentuate that square frame he has. These geometric straight lines come down the arms and kind of fade until halfway, and then there's a thick gold band around the ends. A big white cravat, and around his neck is a white fur mantle. The jacket kind of comes down probably just past knee length, and he is wearing, again, kind of like white flowing trousers, but they are kind of disguised into a skirt. Like, it's like only when Heliodor kind of like takes a big step do you see that, oh, there's a pair of trousers. They're big, billowing, flowy, comfortable, and I think the thing that I think you guys would notice most is his boots. He is wearing the same boots he has been travelling in the whole time because they are comfy.
Sarah's going to take a look and just be like,
Are you fucking kidding me?
Could have polished them.
Yeah, I had to walk up a fucking mountain today. I didn't want to wear it in like brand new shoes.
Has he ever taken those off?
you have fly.
Can you take them off?
You took them off, right?
I've taken them off before. I don't.
Even when I see him in pajamas, I think he still has them on.
Okay. Well,
Something you do notice is, like, it's very stark contrast with the full white clothing, is just how intense the patterning across your temples is now. It has streaked blue into your skin, almost this starry pattern of tones that are showing up of purples and pinks and blues that are starting to tint your skin colour across your temples and down your jaw that somewhat blend into your beard at this point. The scleras of your eyes are pitch black, almost like a dark blue, but only when they catch the light. But with that stark, bright amber colour, colour of Heliodor's, in your eyes, contrasting to the majority of your family, who still have their green. And as you have made your way forward, scanning across the crowd, you see an older human man and his drow wife, who have travelled all the way from Carvick for you, Perian and Godric, who you asked them to be there, and you have made the travel. Both of them are smiling and dressed as nicely as they can. Perian is just gorgeous all the time.
As always.
She's not aged a day. Godric has certainly aged quite a bit. But no less suave, sophisticated for a human, I suppose. As you're looking over, you see near the back is a person you don't recognise. They have sort of olive skin, white hair. There's like almost like gold painted onto their skin. Just a few kind of thin lines across the forehead and cheeks. And they dress very simply with a kind of hood over their head. But as you make eye contact with them, those bright green eyes, you know that's Oren, who has made themselves present for you for your wedding. Or at least is a representation of Oren, who's starting to find their feet. Only just. And they smile at you, but it's a muted, sort of respectful smile. They wanted to be here, and they are. And as you kind of make your way forward, you see Bismuth as she kind of takes your hand. She's grinning ear to ear as Bismuth does. You ready?
Fucking no.
And I wasn't on my wedding day either. She kind of gives you a slap on the shoulder. She does.
Thanks, Nana.
Thanks, Glam. And as you turn at the setting sun that has just dipped below the horizon, the sky is painted a beautiful myriad of gold and pinks and reds, making their way up the mountain with some of your family members. Your mother was with them, but you see a tall, sort of dark purple skinned figure, Genka, with their hair slicked back, black curled hair that has been tenuously slicked back so it doesn't pop out of place. They have a red embroidered suit, red and black, with almost filigree from head to toe. There is callbacks to some of their old uniform in this, but it is still very dwarven in how it has been made. They've almost got like a skirt that only goes down one side, so trails along the floor, and it leaves a long trail. The rest of their sort of setup is very similar to a suit. Again, almost very ring-like in its fashion sense, considering they spent so much time up there, as did you. And as they kind of make their way forward and down the aisle towards you, the crowd begin to quiet. And Bismuth kind of straightens up, and as you look at her, she's already,
Keep it together. Keep it together, Graham.
doing my best.
I got this.
Okay. And as your mother gives Genka away, as Genka doesn't have the family to do so, your mother offered on behalf of the two of you stand under this stone archway in front of all of your friends and family on the top of the straightest summit. And Bismuth kind of clears her throat awkwardly. Okay.
Yes, we are.
Aye, alright. Oh, okay. We are... Oh, golly. We gather here today for the union of Master Duke 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘧𝘵 Bismuth Brooklyn Orion Carnelian Feldspar, champion of Diltan, forger of the new craft, member of the High Matriarch House Feldspar, jewelers of the Stratus Summit, finest crafters of the Asus Ridge, fellow of the Astral Gatekeepers, destroyers of the Abyssal Gate and Harbinger's Bane, and 𝘞𝘰𝘭𝘤𝘬 of Ilios. And Genka kind of pulls a face.
Sexiest motherfucker on this mountain.
𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘭𝘥, please.
Thank you.
You just see Moss go like, yeah, that's my uncle. Genka's like, shut up.
Unky.
We are gathered to celebrate, to rejoice their prosperity and their bonds on this fine day. And despite... She starts to choke up. And her voice starts to crack a little. Despite it being so short, we are here to focus on joy. We find love in unlikely places. We hold onto it, no matter how dark the night. For the sun will always dawn again. For we are dwarves. We are blood and steel and fire. We are rock, we are stone, we are the masons of the new world. And we will endure. She takes your hand. It's time for your vows.
Genka. When first we met,
Oh God.
we were innovators. Trapped in a mansion with stupid, stuck-up twats.
Genka's immediately just like, oh God.
We made our own fun, our own we entertained each other.
We certainly did.
What the children be hearing?
Huh? What does that mean?
Stole a lot of alcohol.
From there, I was blind. I'd never been one to see much or at all, and for the longest time I didn't see one of the most beautiful people or their feelings. And of course I left it too late to do anything much. Except we finished a book, so that was pretty good.
We certainly did.
Mm-hmm.
You did most of the work.
No. You are the most intelligent, bright, funny, beautiful person I've ever met. And my vow to you is that you will never feel alone. I will always make sure that forever you are never alone.
They take your hands and they very gently kind of kiss your knuckles. Yeah, you did leave it a bit late. I would have thought you would have picked it up a bit earlier. You're a smart one.
Well, not, but...
You're smart, not observant.
Street smart. Sorry, if it was a call out situation. I've been to a wedding like this before.
I'd give you the vows as our sort of traditional. I'd say you'd have the first drink of my cup and first bite of my meal, but we don't really get to have that. So instead, you have the first hour of my morning and the last hour of my day. You will have every dream. You will have every wish, every thought, every creation will be in your name. And every waking moment that I have to live without you, I will miss you. And I will think of you. But you'll always be here anyway. And even just a few days will carry me for a lifetime. That's all I need. They again kind of kiss the back of your knuckles. Bismuth is sobbing. She's like, she's just immediately just trying to keep it together.
Yeah, feeling great right now.
And she kind of okay. Okay. Hey, where's the ring bearers? And walking up the aisle is Oren.
Oh shit.
With a pillow in their hands, that clearly has been given to them, that they have been told to do this, and this is like their first time doing this, right? So they're very kind of stiffly walking up. Seems like they're still getting used to this size body as well, after only just getting used to being very tall. They are now getting used to being not tall anymore. And they bring to you the rings that you have forged. And Genka sort of looks at you, puts her hand out.
And Heliodor will take the ring. I am yours. And put the ring on.
And they take the other and kind of gently guide the ring onto your finger. And I am yours for as long as you'll have me.
Forever and a day.
I'm sure. Oh, we're gonna cause so much trouble in Samith.
Yes, we are.
Bismuth is desperately trying to keep together. And she kind of takes a step back. On this day, you two are Dukes of House Feldspar. And you always will be, no matter whether you're here or not. I now pronounce you spouse and spouse. You may kiss your partner. Yeah, Genka will kiss you. They lean down.
Kiss.
They have to lean down quite far.
Heliodor. No.
He climbs that tree.
No. Heliodor
Gets the step
clicks.
stool out.
Heliodor clicks, and a small construct will wander out, shaped in a set of steps. So he's
Right height.
Spent some of your
And
last
then they
days
kiss.
making a step.
Of course I fucking did, because
Oh
I
my-
don't want my husband to ever have to bow down to me to kiss me.
The two of you embrace, and there is raucous applause. And the mountainside at this time is just joy. Beautiful celebration. People drink, they tell stories to one another, they send you congratulations, and you spend an evening of forgetting about all of it just for a while. 5 days ago, You were deep in the Underdark. Now you're here. Such a change of pace.
Wild.
Yeah. But for one night, you just get to forget that everything's not as picturesque as you would have hoped. But it feels it. In that moment, it feels it. And you get to spend this evening with the people you love the most.
Even Oak is there.
Even your brother is there.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Mr. Druid of the family.
The druid. The druid of these crafters.
Yeah, this was pretty chill.
Oak's been vibing.
Love Oak. A little bit weird, but love Oak.
Yeah.
He's a little bit weird.
I love Oak.
In this moment, is there anything you'd like to say to Iliador?
The
And Genka and the newlyweds. I'm gonna be sack.
I've moved now, so I have to do it.
You've never been
Okay.
to a wedding.
No. Well,
never
I've never
seen
been
these?
to like a wedding like this. It's normally, this is all really nice and like weird, but also nice. It's nice to experience culture in a way that doesn't involve war and killing. That's been so cool. I'm so glad that it only took 200 years to see this. Ha! I've still got a lot to learn. I know a lot of new sayings, especially from Heliodor.
You're welcome.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. Like shove it up your ass and get fucked. Those are all great. Like
Shove
great-
up your Krispy Kreme.
Yes. I've never had one of those. Is it crispy?
Usually.
Oh, I have to try one.
Mm.
Anyway, Heliodor, we kind of found you in an awful situation. It was pretty bad. And we just experienced a loss of our own. And you decided against the odds to come and join our crazy little trio. And come on this insane journey that has taken us across the entire planet. I mean, we've fought literal angels, fae. You got chloroformed in a tunnel.
I did. Which I need to talk to you about.
What?
It was so funny. You should have been there.
Somebody used your dust on me in a sewer.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's a wild one. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that later.
We went to the ring. We went to the actual ring. We've been to the Underdark a number of times, and I won't go back there for a little while. But
Yeah.
I left my world to go and learn more about what is going on. And I never thought that I would find such brilliant people and get to experience such a journey with you all. And it's just such a shame that that's been cut short for you. And you saved my life because of what you did. And as much as this journey has had so many funny moments and so much silliness, it's been the most profound experience I could have ever wished for. And I just wish we had more time. You all have been my greatest friends, and you've always been my greatest achievement. And I'm glad I got to see this in the time that I have here to walk around with you. I do wish you all the happiness, and I will see you. But part of my heart knows that I just wish we could replay this over and over again. Like running away from a basilisk, because we obviously knew something bad was in there.
What? Genka kind of like, huh?
It was a greater
It was
basilisk.
so funny.
That's worse!
We kicked in so many doors, we've run out screaming. It's not been the adventure of heroes that it's been played out to be.
You're going to
No.
give me a heart attack.
We had a fight,
Hey,
we were debating
right.
what to do with the door
True.
for ages.
So long.
So long. It's not been always honourable,
No.
but
But that made our honourable moments all the better.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Your words mean so much to me. Yeah, I I'm a do. I'll do goodbye speeches in a few days. This one. Thank you for that. That was gorgeous.
Also, you taught me that alcohol is very cool.
Yes,
Very cool.
it is.
I love alcohol.
Proprietor of bad habits.
Yeah, I didn't drink.
This is very
You're
true.
underage. Wait, how old are you? I like getting kind of like, wait a minute.
16.
17?
Going on 17.
Okay. Do you have anything to say to you at all?
Krieg has kind of stood. He's not stood far away from you. He stood a little bit off to the side, kind of listening to what Drosera's been saying. You can see, in comparison to everyone else stood there with a mug of mead or beer or whatever, you can smell one of the strongest coffees you've ever had in his hand.
That is the darkest roast you can get in the entire city.
You can see it's like, no, you're used to like just feeling him looking at you rather than actually looking at you. And you just, so far none of you have felt him actually looking at you.
And staring
Unlike
at the
what,
wall.
no, it's kind of just...
Spider alcohol.
Uh-huh.
Is he alright?
I think he's getting caffeinated.
can't smell.
It's just suddenly so easily.
Hang on. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
It's bad.
You get a buzz just from the finger in the drink. Ooh.
I think this is just crushed up coffee beans.
You can see the actual coffee powder that's lining
no.
around the
Oh, that's bad.
That might be enough for you, buddy.
Like, no, he's not drunk. It's more, this is the first one he's picked up. He's stood there like...
Be gentle.
Sorry.
I can smell that from here. I can't even drink it. I don't even know what that tastes like, and like, that smells intense. Like,
That's fair.
mm.
It is.
It has been a few days.
Yeah, yes.
Heliodor,
Aye.
admitting from inside when we first met, honestly, I did not know exactly what to think of you.
That's fair enough.
Considering again where we met, what we were doing, what you were at time forced to do, it was not exactly easiest to keep a straight mind in certain situations. Since though I have grown to know you as chaotic, reckless.
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 Both
is good.
Yeah.
Reckless.
Both.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go for
Both is good.
Both.
And one of the most, even knowing my own people, stubborn people I have ever met.
Yeah.
But in that you have heart, kindness, at times, and intellect.
Nah, I can't say no to that.
Excellent.
Sip, the long sip.
You would sound like he was drinking liquid, which is like.
Yeah,
It's just powder.
Yeah,
Ailing
it's
the
like-
powder.
he emptied out the cafetiere on the top. Right?
Oh, bro.
He's chewing on some of the grounds, but it's like you know how you get like chewing tobacco. So you get it's like you get chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
He's doing that, but with the coffee.
No. New job really hits hard, doesn't it?
Yeah, haven't you only just started? Oh god. It's just... Oh, it really is bad. Yikes.
But
He only ever drinks coffee here.
I think that says something about you, Theodore.
Aye, have a good time.
I tried alcohol one time, it did not go very well.
I can imagine for your kid.
I was literally wrong.
Remember
But-
pool partying?
With that, it is
Genka,
okay.
mind yourself.
The stone is sharp.
There's a lot of stone.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to that. I'm used to not stone everywhere. I'll get used to it.
But in these times, I have learned to see is even more than any of these just qualities. You are unique in and of yourself. And there is not many I could say I have met so far that I would put myself on the line for. Again, as well as the amount of times you have done it for me in turn. For both of you, I offer is the happiest of time that you can have together.
Let's hope it's good. I think it will be.
Aye, it's gonna be great.
It's been great so far. It's only
Aye.
been a few hours.
True.
You looks like he's about to say something and then
No.
Keep your mouth shut.
Detect thoughts.
he was going to say give it a few weeks. And then I was like,
Drusera and Kareek, the least emotive people in your party, are now both going.
And Greek can't even
Wow,
make facial
that was one hell of a
expressions
shit.
at all.
It's just wide eyes.
That was one heck of a share to talk, whatever that was. Oh, okay.
You can tell there's
Oh.
been like a splash of water in this.
It's
There is like
mostly
no
powder.
sugar.
It's like
There is
sludge.
no thing with it. Is just
It's like
Water!
You
want water?
Up here.
You want water?
That's wine.
Oh! It's so good!
What the? Put your fingers in it.
Oh, yeah. It's the good stuff.
I'm not going to lie. This is so I do not have to work tonight.
That's
Ah.
Evidence
Everyone's
choice.
got something as well about that.
If any of you are working tonight or tomorrow, I don't know what's wrong with you.
I've never had a job.
I had a job.
You have a job.
This is your job.
I mean,
Help. I kind of can.
it's gonna be so much admin.
Don't worry, I'll help.
Thank you. So much admin.
Palis
don't
gives
talk
you a
about it
kiss
right
on the
now.
side of your head.
Oh my god.
You're now not too far off their height. You're no longer motorboating height.
No!
In this moment, Estella,
knees if you wish.
is there anything Estella would want to say or sign to Theodore? Or even message?
I think they were just signing them. Because you understand.
Yeah.
Starting off with these people, mostly Karik. I was just 14,
Mm.
and then I met Drusera, and we've been through so much. And then, even though I lost people, I lost even more people on that battle where we first saw you. Like Greg said, I don't really know how to think about you. But you helped everyone here live. Not going through like the battles all those terrible things that's happened to us and all that.
This, you know.
And this, that, and that.
And
this,
the general
and
blues.
that, yeah.
I think about those times when we didn't have to go through that. It's times when we just had time with you. I was alone for so long, and you really helped me feel like me again. And they take your hand. And they place your knuckles on their forehead. For everything that you've done for me, for my family, for my home. Maybe not everyone has come back. But the people that are most important to me, the people I've been looking for my entire life, you helped me bring them back. And that thing that you did at the end a few days ago, it was just... I would feel like not much people would find that important. It's like they were lost cause, and it took a lot out of you. I know you're still here now, but that was so very brave of you. I'm very sorry to Genko, but he's amazing.
Oh, well, I did fall in love with him.
Even before I realised I was in love with him.
Yeah.
As well, but...
Yeah, like, for like a long time. So, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm very sorry for getting angry at you that one time. You can see it.
Sorry we shoved you in a flask for a really long time.
I didn't really notice.
That's so good. Oh, relieved.
Just thank you for giving my family a second chance, and for making me feel like I can live again. And I'm going to write stories about you. I'm going to write songs about you. I'm never going to let people ever forget about you.
Oh, well, I won't say no.
Of course you won't.
And they kind of let go, and they give you a bow.
𝘏𝘪𝘭𝘤𝘮𝘬 will bow back.
Genko's very awkwardly like...
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you also for giving me this locket with Moss. They really like it.
You see Moss in the corner going... Hi! In their full plate, so it's just clank, 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 clank. As they are like waving excitedly. Your evening is full of joy and pleasures. Just enjoying the little things for the rest of the evening. Even for a couple of days. People are talking about the celebration for a while. However, it's only a few days. A few days passes quickly. There's a somber air to some people, particularly your family. But you can tell they are trying to remain upbeat, as per your wishes.
Yes.
After all, this is a celebration of someone's life. That's what a funeral is. But it's too soon. And they all know that. So do you. all of you have stayed in the city of 𝘏𝘪𝘬𝘭𝘥 since the wedding for a couple of days. 𝘏𝘪𝘧𝘵𝘮's condition has begun a rapid descent. Dark veins that started covering over your temples are more pronounced now than they've ever been. In this time, what has 𝘏𝘪𝘧𝘵 been doing? What's he been doing?
A few things. 𝘏𝘏𝘧𝘵 has taken the wagon to be updated, expanded, and improved. Some specific measurements made and implemented. Various different things have been brought together, created, made, and distributed. Specifically, we'll have found his mother, and collected things that he commissioned from her. And is holding on to them for the final farewell. We'll have made probably some funeral arrangements as well. And like, no, I'm not having those flowers at my funeral. Absolutely not.
I'm going to be present.
I'm going to have that fuck off chair in the corner of the library, and I'm going to listen to all of you, and if you make a shit whatever
Obituary.
it's called, obituary, I'm going to shoot you.
With a crossbow.
A crossbow, no less. In fact, I have a perfect marks person over here, so
They will shoot.
they will shoot you. Thank you. Anyway,
You will shoot your dad.
Right.
boogie.
Done that before.
With the funeral arrangements, you have organised it so that the funeral is to take place in the library. It's one of your favourite places. You spent many, many years here, studying, learning, perfecting your craft. This is effectively the birthplace of it. It feels only right, and this is the place where they hold your obituary. And for this late evening, you host the funeral almost at midnight. It is late. And the city is mostly sort of dulled because everyone's aware what's happening. But it's no less busy. It's just more respectful than it usually is. And people from all over the city have come, even just to witness the obituaries, to witness this hero. And once again, with your family present, both by blood and found family, and people have kind of made their way. Those that you have given permission to, of course, because you are present and very much alive at your own funeral and or wake. Bismuth this time has stayed very close to the door. She's dressed in all black, despite you asking her not to. She's not wearing her armour. It's one of the few times you've seen her out of it. Her hair is let down. She's still gilded to the teeth with gold, as always. It's bismuth.
As you should.
But she certainly looks a lot more dressed down than you're used to. As you've requested, the rest of your family are in still quite colourful clothing. You know, it's still a celebration, as much as it seems like a lot of people are already eerie. The funeral kind of starts off with the usual gathered here to celebrate the life of Master Duke 𝘏𝘪𝘬𝘧𝘢𝘏𝘬. The full title is
That's all we need.
all thread out. Genka is dressed in what they wore for the wedding. As they thought it appropriate. You have a variety of people speak. Perianne steps up, and she begins to kind of detail when you first travelled to Bell's End, where she and Godric were set to be married, and were not exactly the richest of people. And you were travelling en route to go to the ring. And you had stopped off in the inn nearby and heard of this couple, and you'd very kindly offered to forge their rings for them. She holds a hand up. She's still wearing this ring, of course she is, it's her wedding ring. Godric is sat somewhere in the crowd as well. And she speaks very kind of she's very refined in the way that she talks. She's holding herself together very well. Godric is not. She is very much, she's got the drow, almost matriarchy built into her. She is, after all, royalty. Not that she's ever taken that up, but it certainly shows. And she struggles a little as she says that without 𝘏𝘏𝘬𝘏𝘬𝘧𝘢, she never would have been able to do something and experience the world the way that she has. She was trapped and fleeing the Underdark, and you gave her the opportunity to start learning to smith. From that point, she set up a business with Godric and Karvik, and they never looked back. You have your mother, very, very teary-eyed, try and speak on behalf of you, and not really get much out. Carnelian has tried to give an obituary. It has not gone well. Carnelian has not been able to keep much of a straight face at all. And has been quite sedate, as have most of your family who have stepped up to try and talk. During your own funeral, 𝘏𝘏𝘏𝘬𝘏, what are you doing?
Listening. Drinking.
Probably.
Probably laughing.
Some of the shit people are saying.
Yeah, I feel like some of the shit people are saying, like, at one point, like, a distant relative, like, kind of wanders up and says a couple of things, and he just goes, ah! Bollocks! Sit down! Sit down!
I don't think it's very fair that you're sat there, you know.
It's not meant to be fair. It's my funeral, and I'm still kicking, so fuck you!
Came on my nose. Oh. We're doing good. Yeah. Some people have some great stories to tell of when you were young. Lanthanium has some fucking stories. Mostly about bar fights. Mostly about you getting into some fucking hella bar fights. And they are the kind
Tell
of ones...
the one about the coal mine cart in the bar! Remember the thing we did where we, just like in the 𝘏𝘏𝘏𝘏𝘏 just immediately like looks to the group, like remember when we did the coal mine cart riding? Yeah. We ended up doing that, and we kind of maybe crashed through the roof of a tavern.
I mean, it was great.
It was so
It was
good.
so much fun.
You didn't tell us you did that before we did it together.
It was a fucking riot. And also that time you set off a bar fight that was so big it almost encompassed the entire fucking city.
Yes.
You can see some people are kind of scowling as Lanth is saying some fucking shady shit.
There's one
I just point at all the scowling people. I'm like, oh, he saved all your fucking lives. Shut up.
The shadow.
I can tell you what to do now. To our attention.
Genuinely. Be nice to that one. Or she'll get you in your dreams.
Yeah.
So as the obituaries are kind of coming to an end, Bismuth has made her way over to you. She kind of offers an arm out. She's like, "You ready for the walk?
No.
You sure?"
No. But let's get on with it, shall we?
Hey. We'll get you to the base, and then it's up to you who comes with you from that point, right? She kind of looks to the rest of you as if you are going to be the people walking behind him, as if you are almost the pallbearers here with the still walking corpse.
Are we walking up the mountain?
You will be. You start at the library, but as you make your way out, Heliodor, how does this walk look as you are leaving the city for the final time?
So Heliodor is in probably the finest clothes you've ever seen him wear. Covered, dripping in black and gold, jewellery everywhere, necklace after necklace, and beard cuff and hair piece, everything, and it's all together. It all looks like it works, but it is a lot. And as Heliodor walks, just kind of begins to take rings off and drop them. Takes off the necklace and hands it to somebody on the street. Takes off another, unbraids the braids in his beard and his hair. The cuffs again dropped on the floor. To get to the market, he takes his jacket, hands it off, and again takes off kind of another layer and another layer. And you see as all the finery gets stripped away until he's left with just his shirt and trousers, simple clothes. As he walks past his own smithing shop, he picks up his apron, puts it on. This is all that mattered. This is what made me me. Come on. I've got a walk to do.
There's four of you in Genka who leave the city behind, and the purple glow turns to the dull sort of midnight hues of twilight as you begin to stretch up the mountain. It's a trek, and it's somber and quiet for some period of time, and then Heliodor cracks a joke, of course. And the mood starts to lighten a little as you are making the fucking trek up the mountain to a large open platform. You follow up a large set of stairs to a section of stone that is scattered in frost. It's high up. It's almost a little hard to breathe. You can't quite see the surface of Sif from up here. It's all cloud cover. But in a large circle the far end of this clearing is a series of stone pillars, each one topped with a white quartz crystal. The floor is engraved in gold and is a beautiful filigree of arcane runes and designs and cogs that are all beautifully set into the stone. There's a table in its centre, something you'd assume someone would forge at. And on the far end of this almost Stonehenge is a tall statue of Heliodor. And he looks as he does now, in the apron, the helmet, the goggles. Simple, comfortable, as he's always been. He's a crafter. As much as he liked his fineries, this is who Heliodor is and will be known as for centuries to come. There are a myriad of stone bears that are decorated across this place, each of them posed in different fashions, and sat in the front of this Stonehenge is Weir, who's been sat here for a little while. They've got a bit of frost over their adamantine body, but they perk up as you arrive, and the five of you take a seat on the cliffside. And it's peaceful up here. It's nice and quiet. You're watching as the sun is beginning to rise across this ocean of clouds ahead of you. You can see the ring high in the sky as the sun is beginning to tint the sky. And Heliodor, as this peak of light begins to start, you feel a presence next to you. And that is not one of your friends.
Hello.
It's odd. You've seen this person before, if you can call them a person. Very different context. A large, very large, imposing figure in all black. And a white face with no features. Adynn, the god of death, who once swept away when she was allowed peace, has come to stand by. And they're carrying something in their arms. A white gold amulet with the symbol of Deltan. They've been sent to guide you. They offer it to you.
Greatly appreciated. Thank you.
None of you can see what Heliodor can see, but Heliodor is quietly talking to someone who's not quite there. And Genka just sort of takes your hand. And as you take this amulet, for you, Heliodor, you just step out of yourself. And the rest of you, as the sun raises above the clouds and those first rays hit the side of the straightest summit, Heliodor closes his eyes for the last time. What do the party see when they turn around?
As you kind of see the sunrise come up, you turn around from the cliff and you see in the centre of the stone circle, sat on the table. On the forging bench is 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘭𝘥, and in palms, he just says, "I love you all," and just fades with wind.
And 5 became 4.
I think. No, you're fine. I think at this point, Genko would put out some letters.
It takes a little moment for Genka to compose themselves. And they hug each of you. You meant so much to him. It kind of annoyed me how much he talked about you. All the fucking time. He was so proud of you. He was so proud of you. I hate that he asked me to do this. And he pulls out of... They pull out of their kind of waistcoat a series of letters. He asked me to give these to you a while ago. I haven't looked in them. They are just for you. I think you should read them. You should read them now, while it's fresh. You know. And they are still holding you, Theodore. While they pass out these letters to each of you. I'm going to start with the one to 𝘏𝘪.
𝘏𝘪, I can't begin to tell you what it's meant to be your friend. You have brought such joy to me and helped me through hardships and aches I would not have been able to bear alone. The way you cared for all of us truly touched my heart, and now I'm leaving you. Please know that we care for you too. Karrick and Estelar care for you too, and you can lean on them. As you transition into this new state of being, I would like to impart to you some advice. Dreams are possibilities, hopes, and where innovation begins. As you take charge of these, I want you to remember that you are the guardian of that, and will help to shape the world. So hold fast to your belief, and nurture the people of this world to be great and good, just as you've done for me. With this letter, I leave you my tea set, so that you may remember the evenings we had round the fire, and give you time to contemplate, relax, and center yourself along your new journey. From your moonbeamed moron, 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘭𝘥. Karrick.
Please tell me it's a language you can read.
It will be read to you.
Yes.
Genka will read it to you.
Karrick, my dear friend, how we have wandered. Your company and kinship over these long times has been more valuable than all the crafts and wealth of the world combined. Your cooking has sustained me and brought more comfort than any feather bed of the ring, and your skill with a bow has saved my life more times than I can count. I am grateful to you for your counsel, your kindness, and the laughter we've shared. I want you to know, as you take these steps into your new journey, that I will always admire you and have never seen a greater father walk this world. With this letter, I give you my locket, so you may carry everything you need as you stalk the forests and tend to the natural world. Your friend, 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘭𝘥. Dearest Estelar, it has been my truest honour to walk alongside you through these trying times. As I've watched you grow as a person and reach heights you should be proud to call your achievements, I hope you take the lessons you've learned, the love you've gained, and the independence you've earned with you on your travels always. Know you are and always will be stronger than you know. You are a bard unparalleled, and though it hurts to leave you sooner than expected, I know that you have an incredible path ahead of you, of adventure, discovery, and love. With that in mind, I leave you my travelling wagon, so that you may always forge a path to the horizon and never feel alone. Be as amazing as we all know you are. Your biggest fan, 𝘞𝘪𝘨𝘏𝘠𝘠𝘠.
It's been about a month since 𝘞𝘪𝘨𝘏𝘠 passed. 4 weeks since the dawn of the Third Era. It's the three of you, now just three, begin your long trek across Sif. 𝘏𝘪𝘨𝘏𝘏, you feel it. The thread that connects you and 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘦, you feel it twinge. A tug on the weave between you, and you know that time is up. In this time since the door was closed, the blueness of your skin has deepened rapidly. Your 𝘍𝘪𝘧𝘵𝘩 has not waited for you. It seems like 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘦 has, prolonging the effects of the 𝘞𝘰𝘭𝘥 in order to give you time to get home. As you still have the teleport coin in your possession, you can make a swift trip home now that you know.
I would like to suggest to the group that we use the coin to get to a certain position and just have one last,
Take your time.
one last adventure and get there on foot with the cart.
You were able to find a small village. People are selling animals that allow you to pull the cart, so you can go the old-fashioned way. You decide to take yourselves along towards 𝘏𝘏𝘏𝘏. So you're doing the long trek, long trip home.
Proper making fires, like tea.
Going hunting, making it feel like home. And honestly, having the cart with you, it feels like you're traveling with him. Having a lot of his belongings.
Definitely feel like you're traveling with him.
It definitely sounds like you're traveling with him. He left a good chunk of his belongings in there, but this cart is significantly bigger than the original. It's enough to take a couple across the world. It was made specifically with Estelar in mind. There is a carving now on the side of a violin and flowers and tools on the other. So you're definitely sure it was 𝘞𝘪𝘨𝘏𝘏's once.
Yeah.
There's little bear patterns across the bottom, because of course there would be.
The ironwork on the outside has gone from being like simple black to a more kind of filigreed twist to emulate vines.
Mm.
Things like that, small things.
𝘏𝘪𝘨𝘏𝘏, this entire time, as you get closer, as you have travelled kind of down to the far south of Sif, you pass through 𝘏𝘏𝘏𝘏. Clay came from here, you know. Yeah, you pass through, and it takes you a good maybe couple of weeks. You have plenty of time to spend out in the field, and you know, you get into a scrap or two. But most things, try to stay out of your way.
Try and go the one by doing the power word attention.
Do a little performance and just Estella being like, oh no, I'm such a vulnerable young thing. Whatever will I do?
Good. Come on, all fours.
Just the grudge coming through.
As you reach the familiar, kind of almost fairy circle of the Whisperfields, as you step in, you are greeted the same way that you were when you last came here. However, it's not Widow who greeted you last time. It is a much younger woman, a gnomish woman with freckles and black hair, who smiles. She's in robes. She has a few of the Mythblade with her. We were expecting you. We're glad you made it back.
Is Widow still?
Yeah, she's waiting outside for you.
Okay.
She's just decided to step down from her post now.
Yeah, I suppose she's old as shit.
I'll tell her you said that. As you
She
are,
likes me.
as you're led back through and into the Dozing Grove, there's fireflies in the air. It's quieter than usual, but most people have gathered in Dylan's sanctum, personal kind of fountain grove himself. What is Drusilla thinking of as she's kind of making her way through?
It's like a whole just host of emotions of like sadness, and yet like this is kind of the next step to fulfill like sort of her fate. So it's a kind of expectation for the future, but this fear that things are going to be different.
Things are going to be different. You notice kind of people as you're walking through, bowing their heads towards you. Some familiar faces, some not. Again, time is kind of wibbly wobbly for you. And you are, the two of you are greeted with smiles, and, you know, as welcomed as you were last time you were here. Galley is here, as is Zach.
Yay.
And the two of them made it to the Whisperfields upon your request. They're both dressed in blue, as they were welcomed in probably by Widow, let's be real. Your mother's hair is much longer now and plaited again, as you remember when you were young. Her having her plait down one side. Zach's hair is now a mullet.
Oh, of course. For fuck's sake.
Oh, we love that.
You trying to save someone?
And they're wearing the uniform of the Mythblade, as they're kind of out of tension with the rest of the Mythblade. As you make your way in, you see Dylan resting, and there piles of lily pads and flowers in the centre of this almost like bath in the centre of the room. And their deep blue skin is grey, as if all the colour has drained out of them and drained into you. And the white hair remains, the eyes are still bright orange. Long white eyelashes and kind of long fluffy ears as they tilt their head in your direction. And rather than kind of lifting and looking towards you, it really is sort of like they're using their energy to move. And sat in her chair next to Dylan is Widow.
Yeah, she is.
Her hair's down. She looks frail. She's an old woman, you know. She's lived one hell of a long life. But her wheelchair is still kitted to the nines, as it always was.
Hot Wheels.
Rocket launcher chair.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
She was a force to be reckoned with, that
Yeah,
woman.
she was.
And she has one of Dylan's fingers in her lap. Because can't take the whole hand, it would probably crush it. So a single finger is just rested, and she's kind of gently running a hand over them. The two of them kind of look at you as you make your way in. She gives you the wide smile. Hello, dearie.
Hey, you.
You look different. Yeah.
A little bit.
You're tall.
Taller
Never
than
thought
you.
I'd see the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you're jealous.
I am.
Yeah.
I am, yeah. I got smaller. She's sat in her chair. Her feet are dangling off the end of her wheelchair. You know. I didn't think I could get smaller. Yet here I am.
Still look amazing.
Oh.
You already know that.
My ego. As she kind of laughs, you hear a very sort of gentle chuckle from Dylan, as they kind of smile as they're looking down at you. You notice sort of Widow is dressed in sort of white and grey, unlike the usual kind of blues that she's used to wearing. And she beckons for you to come and just take a seat. Yeah, just have a sit. You two are offered to kind of join the other people of the Wisperfields who have kind of gathered around. Some are sat on their knees, some are kind of sharing a toast together. This isn't necessarily a sad occasion. None of them really know what's going to happen to Dylan. Dylan now knows, because you found out. But with you here, they don't seem worried. If anything, they seem more appeased than they did when you walked in. And you take a seat. The water doesn't give, you can just sort of sit on it now. It's warm. Feels like home. Smells like home. I'm gonna go with them. I think they need a guide. I can't take them all the way there, but just through 𝘏𝑀𝑦𝑡H. That's gonna be my job. I don't want them being alone. You're gonna do great.
I'm glad you're my friend.
I've known you since I was born. That's crazy. We got into so much shit together.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we snuck out that one time?
Oh,
Well,
God.
You did.
Yeah. That was hell.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't tell me about what actually happened until a long time later.
Yeah.
I was like 12 though, so...
Yeah. It was kind of embarrassing to say.
You want to know a secret? I'm 145. I'm old. Didn't think I'd make it that far. I thought I'd do something stupid and join the Mythblade. Oh wait, I did.
Oh, yeah.
And she kind of laughs.
They could never handle you.
Nah. I've given that duty to my granddaughter.
Granddaughter.
Yeah. You really are gonna do great. I'm so proud of you.
safe out there?
I think it's going to be a nice smooth ride. And hey, see you in your dreams. 𝘏𝘏 kind of leans down to you and offers a hand down for you to come and step up. Yeah. You're a bit bigger than last time you did this.
Mm.
Sorry. As you take a step onto their palm, they bring you up and they press their forehead against yours as they do in greeting. I'm glad I got to see you, my sapling.
Sorry, I was gone a bit longer than expected.
You had duties. They will only continue. I will not keep you
It's an amazing world out there.
I'm so glad you got to see it. And you will continue to, if in a different way.
You've been a wonderful mentor and father.
I'm sorry for how the world treated you. You deserved better.
I got better.
You tilt their head, you look at 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘦 and Estelar. I know. The wonderful thing about you getting to see everything was that through your eyes I experienced it too. And that is not something I have had the pleasure of in thousands of years. What a wonderful final experience of this plane. I will take it with me, I'm sure. They keep you close as they kind of place you back down. The air begins to hum with magic as you recall this happening to Laz in a more violent fashion. 𝘏𝘏 sort of disintegrates into fireflies that scatter across the Whisper Fields in this sort of blue haze. And with a sort of final smile from 𝘏𝘪, she bows her head to you, kind of closes her eyes, and with it, at this point now, you can see her step out of herself. You watch the spirit get up and stretch her legs. No more pain. She's kind of... She looks at you again, kind of waves, and begins to walk. And there's a hum as the people of the Whisper Fields sing quietly a send-off, as unlike on Oren's ascension, your transformation is graceful and painless. Suddenly, the ways of the weave are cycled out in front of you. Thousands of threads interweaving between every person. Their dreams, their magical tethers, a patchwork pattern of colour and light It's beautiful, albeit a little bit overwhelming. Can you describe to us what 𝘏𝘪𝘨, the Archfey of Dreams and the true guardian of the astral border, looks like?
I think she sort of sinks into the water, her whole body, and then arises, and her hair has now become thickened, sort of thick strands of vine that spread out against the back. Her face has become more angular, it's sort of more mature. These strands are now sort of mixed blue and white, and her eyes are sort of violent orange still. I think she still keeps a nod to the injury she got and has sort of a bit of white within her iris when they fought together. She is wearing sort of a kind of like a Greek style dress that sort of gracefully sort of flows in the air, and this dress sort of follows as if it's in water as she stands, and the symbol is now etched into her forehead of the trance as she arises from the water.
You're suddenly looking down at all these people. Oh my god, they're so small. You're standing maybe 10 feet tall in this room. Estelar, 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘭𝘥, you're so small compared to her now. She looks similar. Not quite the same, but similar.
Look who the tallest is now.
I think you win.
I still have gifts to give you too.
Yeah, gifts.
Yeah. Well, I'm not exactly going to need them anymore. So to Estelar, because you ended up using it more than I did, I give to you my rapier. This is the rapier of House 𝘞𝘭𝘮𝘧𝘢𝘍𝘠, which were my human family that I was supposed to be born into. I went out on a raid and stole it from them.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
my first crime, and I've carried it with me for a long time, but you have used it in your own spells. I think it right that you take it around the world with you. And for 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘭𝘥, I give to you my amulet of non-detection. Because you really don't want to be seen, and I understand. I wish sometimes I could do the same, but right now, currently, that's not happening. May this guide you on your journeys with the 𝘞𝘪𝘨 and your new purpose in life. You deserve the world, 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝑭𝘏, and you've got yourself a new start. Make it count. I wish our adventures didn't have to end, but know that I will be with you. I'd love to see what you're getting up to on your journeys, where you go in the world, what you do and what you change. It's been an honour to serve with you in order. And I know I'll see 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘭𝘥 and you and 𝘏𝘪𝘭𝘬𝘭 all together one day again. And it is a great shame. And I may be the one left. But know that your names will never be forgotten. You will be honoured here. And once you find that the journey's become too hard, know you always have a place to stay here. You will always be welcome. Always. Go out there. Just bloody well enjoy yourselves, you bastards.
You're really tall.
Thank you, sir. Always so profound.
I'm really good with words.
I know.
Can you pick me up?
Alright.
And with that, we pull back as we see in space, Sif, from a distance. We see the ring round and round outside of its atmosphere in orbit. As part of the Ellipso system. This won't be the last time Sif is visited by people puppeteered by you, I'm sure. But, as it stands, this is where our story comes to a close. Again. I won't do the whole speech again, but yeah, it's been a pleasure to conclude this story. And we are going to end it there. Thank you very much for watching.
We're gonna go cry for another hour now.
Yeah. I've already done before.
And we'll see you all in the next campaign. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.